In case you haven't noticed, I'm weird. I'm a weirdo.
Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 worst lines of dialogue on TV shows.
Never do anything out of hunger. Not even eating.
For this list, we'll be looking at some bad TV writing, from laughable to cringe-inducing to just plain confusing. There's a lot of examples of great writing on television, but these aren't it. Before we get started, be sure to leave us a comment with the worst line of dialogue you can remember. Number 10, the Subway product placement, Hawaii 5-0.
How's it, crime fighters?
Pretty good. You own a shrimp truck, but you're bringing lunch to work.
We understand that product placement is a thing that brings in a lot of money for shows, and we definitely don't resent them for taking advantage of it.
Trying to eat smarter, brother.
Shrimp, perfectly healthy.
Not the way I make them. But this Subway sandwich, so ono.
If Sonic Drive-In is going to pay America's Got Talent to have all the judges drinking out of their cups, then so be it. We won't bat an eye. But to basically insert a commercial for Subway into the script, like Hawaii 5-0 did back in season 2,
The best thing about it, they make it any way you want it.
well, that cringy, over-the-top advertising dialogue, that's gonna get you a nice spot on this list. Hawaii 5-0, no you didn't.
Sweet onion chicken teriyaki with jalapenos and banana peppers. Now you put that with this, turkey BLT, bam! There's some serious culinary fusion.
Number 9, Claire Edwards' Freak Out, Degrassi, The Next Generation.
Eli, can we talk?
Maybe later.
We all know that breakups are tough, but they can be even more difficult to get through if you think that your ex has moved on while you're still hurting. This is exactly where Claire finds herself after she and Eli break up on Degrassi, The Next Generation.
I really don't know what you want me to say.
Just tell me the truth.
I'm in a good place. Can I go?
However, rather than confront Eli in private, Claire decides to call him out on it publicly and very dramatically in front of everybody at Above the Dot.
Did 3 months mean nothing? Did you flip a switch and erase me from your memory? It took you a year! A year to get over your ex! Did you ever love me at all?
Say it with us. Awkward. You gotta love the single tear sliding down Eli's cheek though. Number 8, Han Lee's comeback, Two Broke Girls. Part of the charm of Two Broke Girls is the quick wit and the one-liners.
Customers are very important. It's all about the fans.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of hearing what people have to say. For instance, what's happening right now? Not a fan.
And while Kat Dennings as Max is the queen of quips, the other characters have their share of great lines too. Well, sometimes they do.
If I knew we were gonna have staff meetings after work, I would have taken job at TGI Friday instead. Over there, they roll fast and loose.
In season 1, when Han tries to find an equally clever retort to Max's short and slow playoff of fast and loose, it doesn't quite land.
Well, this is how I roll.
Yeah, short and slow.
The laugh track would have you believe his reference to one of the worst movies in the Fast and Furious franchise is a great comeback, but really, it feels pretty forced.
No, I roll fast and furious Tokyo Drift style.
Han is also South Korean, not Japanese, so the Tokyo Drift edition isn't super relevant either. Number 7, Chuck Bass's High and Mighty Flex, Gossip Girl.
After I got your message, I had housekeeping do an early turn-down service in Damien's room. That's where they found his stash.
In comedies, it's funny when a character tries to portray themselves as cool, but says or does something decidedly uncool.
Allow myself to introduce myself.
But Gossip Girl isn't a comedy, and Chuck Bass is definitely not playing it for laughs when he tries to intimidate Damien, whose father is a Belgian ambassador staying at Chuck's hotel.
Chuck, you're totally overreacting. I'm really fine.
Dude, the lady said she's fine.
Claiming that even people in Europe know who he is probably isn't the sharpest Chuck could have been.
Dude, I'm Chuck Bass. Even Europeans must know what that means.
It's a lame flex to begin with, but made even worse by the gravitas with which the line is delivered. It's so ridiculous, we even get a little smirk out of Damien. Number 6, the "I guess I'm just a riddle" line. One Tree Hill. We're all for self-examination and for a character who can dig deep inside themselves in an effort to truly understand who they are.
So I'm confused. If you want to be anonymous, can you let the world watch you on a webcam?
The world isn't watching me. But I guess you are.
But we're also all for smart writing and natural dialogue. Peyton Sawyer's description of herself in the first season of One Tree Hill is neither of those things.
I guess I'm just a riddle wrapped in a mystery inside a bitch.
It's just a crass and kind of self-important in a weird, self-deprecating way. We're not sure if the show's writers were trying to play off the classic description of Nelson that a love-struck Lisa provides in The Simpsons episode Lisa's Date with Density, or what.
He's like a riddle wrapped in an enigma wrapped in a vest.
Either way, we prefer the Simpsons version. Number 5, the gold stars, Glee. We're not laughing. We're not laughing. Okay, we're laughing.
Gold stars are kind of my signature thing. I figure every time you wear it, you can think of me and the star you're helping me become.
Listen, we get Rachel Berry's character, we get what they were going for, but we have to draw the line somewhere, right? Rachel putting gold stars next to her name as a metaphor for her being a star is just something else, man.
You might laugh because every time I sign my name, I put a gold star after it, but it's a metaphor, and metaphors are important. My gold stars are a metaphor for me being a star.
Hey, we love the confidence, but it's just so ridiculously cringy. And this isn't the first time we've had some stellar lines come from Rachel. You guys remember in the first episode when she had this to say about her dating life.
You might think that all the boys in school would totally want to tap this, but my MySpace schedule keeps me way too busy to date.
Number 4, Ezra Fitz proves academic smarts don't equal street smarts. Pretty Little Liars.
There's nothing keeping us here.
You forgot something.
The dead body in the trunk of your car? No, I didn't forget that.
We don't know his educational background, but we're pretty sure that Mr. Wolf in Pulp Fiction doesn't have a master's degree in American literature.
I'm Winston Wolf. I solve problems.
And yet, were you to get yourself into a situation involving a dead body in a car, we have no doubt you'd choose him to help clean up your mess, rather than Ezra Fitz from Pretty Little Liars.
First, we need to deal with that problem in your trunk.
That being said, Ezra is able to put Arya at ease regarding her dead body situation by reminding her of his higher educational qualifications.
I have a master's degree in American literature. There is nothing I can't handle.
What we're most impressed with, though, is Arya's ability to keep a straight face after he says it. Number 3, Jesse's melodic breakdown, Saved by the Bell.
Oh, here, take one of these.
Keep alert. What are these for?
One of the hallmarks of sitcoms of the 80s and 90s was the very special episode. This is the episode in the series that steps away from the regular laughable hijinks and takes on a darker, more important topic.
Hey Jesse, these are a lot stronger than coffee. It says right here they may be habit forming.
They're harmless. They sell them over the counter.
That doesn't make them safe. You shouldn't be taking these.
For Saved by the Bell, that episode comes in season 2 with Jesse's song, in which Jesse Spano studies for midterms, forms a girl group, and becomes addicted to caffeine pills in an effort to do it all. The message of the episode is a great one, but unfortunately, it culminates in one of the most truly awful, yet iconic lines in sitcom history. Number 2, Grace Bowman's Guileless Guilt, The Secret Life of the American Teenager. The original title for The Secret Life of the American Teenager was The Sex Life of the American Teenager.
He didn't die because you and I had sex.
Yes, he did.
And if you've seen the show, that probably doesn't surprise you given how much intimacy and relationships play a part in the series. But that's not the problem. No, the problem comes from the terrible dialogue surrounding these conversations.
I killed my own father. Do
Do you really believe that?
When Grace Bowman links her father's death to her defying decision to have sex with Jack, we get possibly the most uncomfortable line in the entire series.
I had sex and now Dad is dead. And he had a horrible death because I had incredible sex.
It might only be rivaled by Ben's attempts to console Amy after she speaks less than nicely about herself.
I'm such a whore.
Well, you're my whore.
Are you guys swooning? We're totally swooning.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Number 1, we're in the endgame now. Wait, wrong franchise. Riverdale.
Because we're endgame, Archie.
Whether this is some fourth wall breaking shipping reference or a nod to the Avengers, we can't be sure.
We're in the endgame now.
Either way, it's pretty terrible. Still, that doesn't necessarily come as a surprise to the likes of Riverdale, a show filled to the brim with cringe-worthy lines. Take Archie's speech about the highs and lows of high school football.
That means you haven't known the triumphs and defeats, the epic highs and lows of high school football.
Sure, we know how intense and important the game can be in the lives of the players and fans alike, as shown in Friday Night Lights, but this just isn't it. Catch the players laughing themselves all the way to the bleachers with that kind of dialogue.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from MsMojo and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.